Coming up on Mountain News this morning, more on the ongoing Mountain Parkway expansion project in Magoffin County. And one of the region's biggest employers talks about its plans for the future.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, 6:01 on this Friday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast this morning. But Brandon, I have a question that has just been bothering me all morning. So we all know the Queen is celebrating her Platinum Jubilee. My question is where's this morning anchor's Jubilee? So who do I contact for that?
Visibility is pretty bad out there this morning as we head to the first part of your day. We're going to be seeing that some thick, dense fog out there this morning. So, so we're going to talk about that. But listen, you can take it up with management there, Dakota. Let's take a look and see what's going on out there. And you see anything less than 5 miles on this map, it's looking pretty quiet across the area with precipitation. But that moisture is still in the air. It's just in the form of fog this morning. But that's dense fog if it's below that 5 mile threshold. So continue to watch that as you head out the door this morning. Slow it down, take it easy. Make sure you give yourself time to get back and forth. 59 now in Moorhead, Prestonsburg, and Wise. 58 in Clintwood, 56 in Irvin, down to 66 there in Jacksboro. But a lot of folks there approaching those low 60s across most of the region. And that is several degrees colder than it was this time 24 hours ago. 10 degrees colder in Prestonsburg, 7 degrees colder in Pikeville, Logan, and Moorhead, 9 degrees in Jackson, Hazard, and Somerset. It's just a cool day out there so far. 77 is our forecast time this afternoon. We averaged 79, the record 89, set back on this day 2 years ago in 2020. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, President Joe Biden delivered a primetime televised address last night after several mass shootings shook the nation and rekindled the national debate on gun reform. CBS's Skylar Henry reports from Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are discussing several proposals.
President Biden is calling for action after a wave of large-scale mass shootings sparked renewed demands for gun reform.
How many more innocent American lives must be taken before we say enough? Enough.
The president's Thursday night address to the nation follows the deaths of 19 school children and 2 teachers in Uvalde, Texas, 4 people at a Tulsa, Oklahoma hospital, and 10 at a Buffalo, New York supermarket.
We should reinstate the assault weapons ban on high-capacity magazines that we passed in 1994 with bipartisan support in Congress.
Thursday, a House panel approved the Protecting Our Kids Act, which includes a provision to raise the required age for buying semi-automatic firearms from 18 to 21. If it passes the full House, the measure is unlikely to muster enough support in the evenly divided Senate.
The public is demanding that we take action.
Republicans slammed the hearing as threatening the Second Amendment. Some brought their own weapons.
Here's a Sig Sauer 320. It takes a 20-round magazine.
In the Senate, Maine Republican Susan Collins says a group of senators discussing gun reform is making, quote, rapid progress toward a common sense package.
So we're working, hoping to come up with a bipartisan agreement so we can pass something at the federal level that will actually target this problem.
The Senate negotiations are focused on improving background checks and so-called red flag laws that keep guns from people who could harm themselves or others. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, the Senate passed no major gun reform legislation after 20 children were killed at a Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012. As more victims of the Texas school shooting massacre are laid to rest, one Texas state senator has some answers for those wondering about the police's response. State Senator Roland Gutierrez said he was told the incident commander in charge of the shooting scene was not informed of the 911 calls coming from inside the school building.
We need to know what law enforcement was doing, what radio procedures were followed or what not followed, who were the 911 operators and such.
The Democratic state senator called the response a system failure that encompasses more than one person. A federal judge says the man who shot and wounded former President Ronald Reagan in 1981 is on track for unconditional release in mid-June. John Hinckley Jr. was found not guilty by reason of insanity in a jury trial in 1982. He was treated at a mental hospital and released more than 30 years later in 2016. Well, he lived in Williamsburg, Virginia with his mother and then on his own after her death in August. He's been under strict travel and internet restrictions. In September, he and the Justice Department reached an agreement to get rid of the conditions. Hinckley has focused on music in recent years, starting a band in January and announcing plans to start his own record label. Well, back here at home, state public health leaders testified about helping Kentucky families find baby formula. Well, they spoke in front of a legislative committee Thursday in Covington. Lawmakers say they are monitoring the formula shortage, and different department leaders are coming up with ways to keep formula on shelves. Those include making the state's WIC program more flexible. Well, plans have been in the works for years to expand the Mountain Parkway in Kentucky to 4 lanes. Well, this road construction stretches from Campton to Prestonsburg and is being done in 6 segments. Crews are currently in segment 4, which takes place over in Magoffin County. In that area, a completely new road is being built by blasting through the mountain.
It's more economical and environmentally friendly to go off alignment in order to maximize the finances available.
In addition to blasting, crews are also building a new bridge, 2 box culverts, and a new interchange. The project manager says it's still on track to be open to traffic by the end of next year. Well, one woman in Grayson is thankful things didn't end up worse after watching surveillance video of a man coming up to her door late at night. We are told the man knocked and flashed a light directly into her security system. Well, if you're not able to catch the situation on video like this woman did, police say there are a few things you can do to protect yourself. In addition to making sure all your doors and windows are locked, turning some lights on both inside and outside can make a huge difference.
They don't want people to know who they are. So if you can light your property to where that they know that they're going to be seen, it will deter them from coming on your property and causing mischief.
If you're on vacation, make sure you don't post on social media while you are away. Wait until you get back. You can also let your neighbors who you trust know when you will be away. The NAACP continues its push for transparency from Lexington police. It comes after one mother is accused of killing her 2 children. The civil rights group wants police to release more about their interactions with that mother on the day before the murders. The NAACP says this is not a matter of indicting officers, but to see if they followed proper protocol.
We cannot afford to lose more kids. We cannot afford to continue to have people facing mental health issues get scraped under the rug.
Police say they are reviewing the NAACP's request and have no further comment. A former corrections officer has been charged in federal court with using excessive force. 32-year-old Daryl Taylor was indicted Wednesday by a federal grand jury in Louisville. The indictment alleges that Taylor used unreasonable force on an inmate at the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections that resulted in bodily harm, including a broken jaw. Unanimously, that's how the Campbell County, Tennessee commissioners voted last night to send $380,000 in assistance to the animal shelter. Well, Will Puckett talked with the county mayor and the animal shelter director, who says this is a step in the right direction.
11 yes.
I'd like to state that the resolution has passed this committee.
It's a vote that helps, but it's the start of a lot of work left to be done.
I'm still quite nervous, and that would put FCCA responsible for raising approximately $137,000 a year, which is a heavy ask.
Thursday, the Campbell County Commission voting in favor to send $380,000 to the Campbell County Animal Shelter, helping boost the vital service and fund it for the next year.
I was a little shocked. We've been working hard on this for several weeks, and that proposal that we submitted yesterday was kind of like a last-ditch effort.
A last-ditch effort that County Mayor E.L. Morton supported 100%.
If you have an animal shelter, you need to do it and do it well. Our community has a reputation for doing that now, and so we're going to continue that way. So I feel it's vital.
It's a large ask to put on to taxpayers, but Morton says this is something the county will do. And while just 1 year's worth of funding, he says if the commission will do it once, there's expectation they'll do it again.
We need to do our jobs and do it well, and the animal shelter is part of that.
Now returning to raise just shy of $200,000, that'll take a ton of effort from Director Patricia Savinsky.
You do a lot of fundraising, a lot of door knocking, a lot of grant writing, and a lot of praying.
That was Will Puckett reporting. The current contract between the county and Friends of Campbell County Animals, who runs the shelter, ends at the end of the month. This contract has to be agreed upon before it can move forward. Toyota's 2023 Corolla Cross Hybrid made its U.S. debut earlier this week. The 2023 Corolla Cross Hybrid SUV is based on the sedan. Well, it comes with all-wheel drive and increased fuel economy. The hybrid will be available in 3 new grades and 4 two-tone color combinations. It also comes with new safety features. Toyota has not yet announced a price range or release date for the new model.
6:11 here on this Friday morning, and thank goodness it's Friday. A surprising scene over Corbin. Just now noticed this on the camera. Look at that, some sun coming up over there. It's not as bright as it was just a couple of minutes ago, but I was expecting some dense fog and some clouds like we've seen on some other cameras, but that is not the case there in Corbin this morning. Very vibrant colors there this morning. Tried to put those two words together, didn't work well. 59 in Wise, 58 Clintwood, 59 in Moorhead, Prestonsburg, 56 in Irvin. Everybody else is in the low 60s this morning out there. 77 this afternoon, clearing skies. Very nice day ahead as we head deeper into the afternoon. It's going to be a very nice forecast for us next couple of days. As we head into the weekend, spring-like conditions return. Sunshine is back, but daily rain chances return with those warmer temperatures as early as Sunday going into Monday. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. When we come back here on Mountain News this morning, festival season is underway and the West Virginia State Fair is just around the corner. We'll tell you how you can get tickets.